Pro Tem, please, sir, can I have you and council come this way?
Let me go in the back.
So what we're going to do all our speaking in here, since it's a little bit nice.
Okay.
And then yes, and then we're going to go. But I just want to all right. Hey, we're ready. We're going to start live. Okay, awesome. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think I'm not shocked at the turnout, but it is quite a large turnout, and it just shows how much support there is in this community for things that people are trying to do, and particularly things that this fine couple, Sherry and Ryan, are really doing a lot to help people in our community, and I'm very impressed by how quickly they move forward with things when they set their mind to something. And I think I was just telling Sherry, like, stop second guessing yourself, because she's always asking questions, but she already always knows the answer. So I am thankful and blessed to know them and to be a part of moving forward with this today for them. And so I'd just like to say welcome, and we did order up some more awesome, beautiful Chamber of Commerce weather for today, which brought us inside to talk. And then so we're just going to do what we would normally do is we cut the ribbon and then really just run outside, set the picture, and cut the ribbon. Just trying to be mindful of everybody in the sun out there. So thank you all for joining us this morning. I know that we've had a lot going on. We've had a lot of ribbon cuttings and a lot of events, and we're just, that just tells me that Reedsville is growing and prospering, and we are thankful to be a part of that. So I'm going to turn it over to Sherry and let her tell you a little bit about PLS and sort of how they got started and how it brought us to taking over the gym here.
So I'm Sherry. Me and Ryan are the founders of PLS for Our Ministry. We established PLS for Our Ministry in 2015. And our heart is for at-risk teen boys. We wanted to bring them into a different environment and teach them a whole different way of life. And we really believe that that's how you can really impact a kid's life and show them that there's something different than what they were raised in or what they're growing up in. So over 3 years, we had the opportunity through the Petties and the Arthurs gave us the opportunity to buy Dynamic Fitness. This gym is going to take the ministry to a whole nother level. It's going to allow us to financially be sustained as a nonprofit for years to come, but also we're able to bridge that gap in this community with these young men who are headed down the wrong path, and as a community we can work together to impact their life and get them directed on the right path. And so we're excited. We've got big plans for this area. We've got big plans for this facility. We're actually in the works right now of doing a tutor center for the young men here. We'll have jiu-jitsu mats in here to teach, that helps teach discipline, accountability, respect, on and on, teaches so much. But we're also looking to bring more in for the members here too, to give them an environment that they enjoy working out in. So we're excited.
Well, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part, and we're really excited. I think that you guys are doing something that's much needed in our community, and you obviously have a lot of support. I know our local law enforcement is excited. Obviously, everybody's always excited about a great place to work out, but to see what you're doing to partner and to see something grow for these young men is just really impressive. So, thank you for doing that. Ryan, you want to say anything? That Sherry covered it all.
She covered it all. I just want to thank God. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. He's made all this happen. He is real, and we love him so much. And he gave us a vision. We're not going to go off that vision whatsoever. And I just want to thank each one of y'all for supporting us.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to ask you to say a few words on behalf of the city.
Yeah. Sherry and Ryan, first of all, thank you for what you're doing in this community, and I speak on behalf of the city council members that are here, and also the city manager, and it's those types of programs that you have that really strengthen the fiber and the fabric of our city and our communities, and thank you so much. But Ryan, I remember you played Little League Baseball. And I remember your dad too, who was coaching, yeah. But it really is just a delight to see how the kind of young man you've grown up to be. But thank you. If we can help you in any way, please let us know.
Thank you.
Everybody else?
It's going to be a beautiful place, I think. It's going to help some of our youth who
who are in desperate need. It's gonna be a place that's going to strengthen the mind, the body, and the soul.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna help. It's gonna help our community.
Ryan and Sherry, I have watched some of your young men and you guys firsthand. Back when it was 28 degrees, which was a pretty long time ago, your guys would start before 8 o'clock in the morning and work until dark, not chopping wood, but putting them in the, tell me what it was.
The wood splitter.
Yeah, the wood splitter. And these guys worked from sun up till sundown. They were not at home doing this or sleeping until 10 or 11 o'clock. They were actually working. And the wood that they chopped and did were given to people that that needed it, that didn't have electricity or didn't have a stove. And so I've seen what it does.
I think we're excited because this is not only gonna make a difference in the lives of the boys, but in their entire family and in our community. And we're very proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck, and we're here to help you anytime you need us.
Thank you so much.
Positive things spread, so
Yes.
those
That's right.
that you make that change, it's gonna spread all over the community.
That's right.
It's gonna make the whole city of Reedsville and beyond better.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much. All right, so I think that concludes our talk in here. If y'all will join me outside, I'm gonna let Kayla go first so she can get everything set up. And then if Justin and anybody else that's here that wants to take a picture with all of them. And if you will, please, we're just gonna head straight out the door.
Give you a glimpse of the facility here.
Here we come.
Down there in the like split that where the door's at. Yep. Ryan. Shift to this way just a little bit. Perfect, perfect. Now we're getting further. Yeah, now we need to crowd everybody else. Okay. Yeah, do you want to? Tell them something. Guys, hey, everybody else, start filling in behind the
You tell her, Jennifer.
How was it looking?
Looks great. All right, everybody looking here. We're gonna take a couple pretend shots and then we'll do it. Where? Where? Oh, yeah, I can see. I can see. All right. All right, ready when you are.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, Facebook viewers, we're going to go inside and take a tour of PLS The Rock. You have heard about what they're doing in their ministry and how they've purchased the gym, and they've got the playground out back where they do some of the things just like they do at the farm with the picking up the tires and that sort of thing. So let's just take a quick tour of the gym. And as you can see, it's a very nice environment with a lot of equipment, a lot of weights, some cardio machines, and just kind of fun, picking up music, good workout music. So we'll walk through here and take a look and kind of tour. The what?
Just decided that.
Cardio. You keep walking. Alright, so you just show me where to go so we can...
When you take Jason and Seattle last time.
Can I get everybody's attention? I was going to take you guys to a tour in the back to see the workout area that we have back there. So the idea with what we did back there was we had brought what we do on the farm here. So that everything that we do with the young men on the farm to teach team building skills, we wanted to bring it here and do a circuit for a workout, just to bring something different to the area. So I just want to show you guys that.
Let's go bale some hay.
Let's start at my house.
I'll be in the back, y'all go right ahead.
So this is what we call the playground. So you can have battle ropes, where you can do the battle ropes here. We got a rope climb, a pull-up bar, sand buckets, tires to flip. We've got a telephone pole that you can lift up and transition all the way up over your head. You can hit the tire with sledgehammers, with weighted sledgehammers. And then we have a sled that you can either pull or put a harness on and drag it behind you. And so we do a total body workout out here. We have a trainer that comes out and she'll do classes, and it's just been a great way to incorporate health in just a fun atmosphere versus just sitting in a gym lifting weights. So we're excited about that.
Well, we've seen it on TV a lot. Now we've got it right here in Rachel.
Yeah? No, you guys want to do it?
I'll put it in my heels. You think I can get by with that?
Yeah, I want you to start on the telephone
I
pole.
mean, you can kick them off if you want.
I'll get the other end.
No, I want to do the rope.
You still do the farm too? Do you still do the work at the farm too?
I'm sorry?
Do you do the work at the farm still, or is it?
Yes.
transitioning
So it's all.
over?
So I have moved my office for the ministry here to the gym. So now I do the ministry. I run the ministry and the gym here out of the gym, and then we're starting the tutor center, like I mentioned, and then we've got some other works in the plans, but that probably won't be until next year when we start to implement that. So I'll keep you guys up to date on what we're doing and what we're able to implement.
Now, where's the farm located?
250 Herman Road. So if you're headed down Business 29, headed towards Ruffin, where the old Souther School used to be, we're the second left.
Okay.
And so yeah,
Great.
so Ryan runs the farm during the day, and then I run this during the day. So
How
we're
many youth do you
excited.
serve at one time?
So we have one residential kid at a time. The Lord really put on our heart that it's one-on-one. Then we have a leadership group, which we take 6 to 8 teens at one time in a small group setting. And then the mentors of that is like a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 kids to 1 mentor. So we're always keeping that one-on-one so we can really build those relationships with the young men so that they will come to us. When they have issues, they're going to come to us, you know, to talk to us about anything. So we create an environment where they can, where it's safe for them.
And how long is your residential program?
It depends on the kid and the outcome. So it depends on what their goals are and where the kid's at currently, as to how long it will take to undo the bad habits and instill better habits.
Great.
And morals. And
You're very brave, and we're real proud of you.
thank you. I mean, we couldn't do it without God. Like, hands down, we couldn't do any of this without him. He sustains us and teaches us every single day how to implement what he's calling us to do. So it's a beautiful life. When he says, give up your life and follow me, and that life with him is more abundant, it truly is. We are living the most abundant life you can ever have. You know, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch these young men come in broken and hurting and watch God restore them while they're with us. And now they leave a completely different kid, and the parents always say, this is not the kid I dropped off. And it's just the most beautiful thing. It is absolutely beautiful. And we know that we didn't do it. We can't change a heart. Only God can do that. So
Great. Bless you.
it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But thank you guys.
Thank you for showing.
Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah, now's the time to do this. It's in the shade.
There you go.
All right, Facebook viewers, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you got to see the tour of the gym and see the tour of the playground, and that you'll check these folks out. It is still a gym open for membership to the community. They're just using this business to support their ministry that God's called them to do, and we are thankful to be a part of this. So stay tuned.